In the example of like our bread and butter, working with like restaurant clients, the best example I can give you is one of the agents that we build for our restaurant clients is a store manager agent. And a store manager agent is an agent that basically is like an assistant, a chief of staff, and an analyst that every store manager, every restaurant manager can have in the world. That is like literally and physically, and more importantly, financially impossible. You cannot afford to hire an analyst and a chief of staff for every one of your store managers, but they need it more than anybody I've ever heard of. I've worked in restaurants for the majority of my career. The restaurant manager and the district managers that are out there, they're running the company and they are the lifeblood of the company, and they could sure use that staff, right? And that assistance. And the companies can't afford it, but you can give them with an agent, an actual chief of staff meets analyst meets assistant that can do work for them, that can actually help them stay on top of their business. And like, that's a huge unlock. And actually we have examples, which we'll talk about in the future, of how it's actually driving the business. So like, that's an example of what we mean by an agent. That's an unlock. But you got to figure out like, what is that thing for your business, which is why Andy was saying, where do you aim it? And so you don't just think, oh, it's going to unlock everything. Like, that's not what we're talking about. Like, you got to do it in a sensible, sequential manner.